Hi guys, welcome back. I'm Scott.
And I'm Allison. Come join us on
Jarhead and Ginger's Journey. All right, today we're out, as promised, back on the carnivore and keto diets. We're sliding into it a little slowly today though. We're actually going to go in and show you guys one of our favorite restaurants to eat at and stay carnivore and keto. It's called Goin' is the name of the restaurant, and the style of food we're going to have is Yakiniku.
Here's the menu in Japanese and in English. We always get the middle one because I like the wrapped lettuce.
So together.
Together.
Yes.
Two.
So there's the tables and drink bar. You have your choice of different sodas and teas. My favorite soda, if I wasn't on keto, is this Suntory melon soda. It's really good. But we always get the oolong tea. There's ice. And then there's ice cream for the dessert. We do not get the ice cream.
Here's the back room basically, or the Japanese style of seating. If you do sit back here, basically you see how the tables are in a cutout, so your feet would go down inside, and then you sit on the mat, the tatami mat. Also, you'd have to take your shoes off here, and they have a bunch of like house shoes or slippers that you use while you're back here. So basically they've got it split in half, the Japanese side back here, and then you have the standard side over here, which is where we're seated now. They just came and lit our burner, so that's what the burner looks like there. And I am going to go up and get drinks, and Allison is going to order.
So this is the way that you order. This first option is the set menu, and you have different sets of pork, beef, and chicken. And then this is where you can also order different sauces. I like the stamina sauce. I have to use that sparingly. So I have one selected, I add it to the cart. And we always get shredded cheese. Start with 2, 1 for each of us. And some sesame oil. Okay. And then I go to the next page by pushing this. And I'm gonna get some, there's ribs, this really thin slices of meat. There's a beef diced steak, loin, hanging tender. I like the salted leek, hanging tender. Oh, large intestine if you want any of that. I think I'm gonna skip that today. Loin. Add to cart. And what else? Onion. That's not there. Oh, spicy sausage. No, I don't want the chicken. Cancel that. Spicy sausage. It's really good. Just one order. There's garlic chicken, different flavors of chicken. I don't like it because it still has the skin on it. Onions. I really like their garlic rice, but I'm not getting that. I'm looking for their salad. There's ramen. So here's salad. I'm gonna get a sesame salad. It has this Japanese sesame dressing that I really like. Small. And then I push the order button and hand it off for Scott to do his order.
My order is going to be very similar to Allison's, so we won't run you through that again. After you push the order, I'm not sure if you heard it or not, but you hear it ding ding in the background, and they say some things like "we got your order" or whatever in Japanese, and then they'll start bringing it out little by little. I order a little bit different things than Allison does, but overall it's the exact same process. One thing that she didn't touch on is when you do choose something, it brings up another menu. Like for instance, I like this one. It's called Juicy Ribs. So when it pulls up this menu, and you can tell it how many servings you want, not how many pieces. I want 2 servings, so I just hit the plus, and it adds a 2 in there, and then I add it to cart. And then you'll add everything you want into the cart, and then send it away.
And as far as utensils, they give you these little wet wipes so that you can start with clean hands. And these are the tongs that you use to cook your meat. So you each get one of those. And then they also provide scissors because there's no knives or forks here. So if you want to cut any of the meat, like cut some fat off or cut smaller portions, you have scissors. And then they have these little saucers or bowls with the name of the restaurant on them. And they are for your sauces. They have spicy miso sauce, which I like, but it does have miso, which is soy, and it does have a little bit of sugar and some spices, so I use that sparingly. They also have soy sauce, and this one's called Yakiniku sauce, and it's kind of sweet too. Since the soy is not very good for keto, this is the alternative that I use. It's coconut aminos. It is 1 carb per teaspoon, and it tastes similar to soy. It's the best substitute that I have found. And so if you have any problems with gluten, this is gluten-free. Has less sodium than soy sauce, which doesn't matter to me. It's 100% organic, non-GMO, and no MSGs. So this is the sauce that I will use.
They have ground up garlic in little pouches here. I always use the garlic, and I just use shoyu or soy sauce.
I'm putting the garlic in mine as well. These are lettuce wraps. Let us have lettuce. So this is how the meat comes out to you. It's separated by the kind. This is the salted leek hanging tender. So you just take that, spread it across the grill. Try and only take a beer half of the grill. And it's very hot, so I don't think I've ever been to one of these in the U.S. I know I haven't been to one in the U.S. and probably one of the reasons is the liability. Can you imagine the lawsuits that happen with something like this? I know that they do have them, but they are usually pretty expensive places. Our meal here is going to be about $60, but in the States they run more.
And it is all you can eat, so if you don't order enough the first time, you can always continue to order until you're done. They do say that they will charge extra if you have excessive leftovers. So if you order a whole bunch and don't eat it, they will, or can, I guess, charge you. I've never seen that happen, but we normally don't leave much for leftovers either.
I can't believe I lost my keys. I lost my keys. They fell down into the booth, and the booth is a box, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to get my keys out of the booth. We might be staying here a while. So if our keys can't come out of here, I guess the housing office closes at 5, so we'll have to get to the housing office, get a key, get to our house, get the keys to the car, come back. Oh, and if we can't do that, we have the dog. It's going to be right at 5 o'clock, which is 40 minutes from now. His internal alarm is going to go off, and he's going to be saying, "Feed me, feed me." So with the menu, the lower selection doesn't have the lettuce wraps that we really like. and it has less meat and side choices. And then with the menu, the higher level menu, it's maybe $5 more. And you get a lot more seafood choices. You get cuttlefish, which they call cutie fish, and shrimp, and I don't know because I don't eat seafood. And then you get a nice round steak, full-size steak. But we don't get that one. We usually just get this one. It's good enough. And I'm going to burn everything today.
Because you don't eat seafood at all, so it's no use to get that one for you.
No. And you can't order different, if you have different people in your party, everybody has to order the same set. And I think that most people would freak out about food safety if you're kind of a germaphobe here, because you put the meat on with the tongs and you take the meat off with the tongs. If it's really a big concern for you, you can take the meat off with your chopsticks, but that's really not how it's done. We keep saying we're going to get one of these tabletop grills so that we can do this at home, but it's just more fun to come out and have it at the restaurant. Plus, I don't have to do the dishes.
If you didn't notice, they don't give you a plate for the cooked meat. So I normally just use the dish that I'm, whichever sauce I'm going to use, I'll normally just plunk it in there. Sometimes once we finish a dish, as long as it wasn't like raw meat, we'll keep the dish and use it for our cooked meats.
I like to keep my meat out of the sauce for the most part. I usually put it in a separate dish and dip it right before I eat it. I think that I'd get less of the sauce that way, less carbs. There's a song, I can't remember the name of it right now. We hear it all the time though. Classic rock song, and he says, Harry doesn't mind. And our dog, that I've introduced before, Chinese Crested Hairless.
Her dog.
Yeah. Chinese Crested Hairless, he doesn't have any hair except for a little bit on his head, like a mane, and so I call him Prince Harry. And when that song comes on and it says Harry doesn't mind, I say no, he doesn't, because he really doesn't. I haven't trained him.
So there you have it. That is our Yakiniku experience. If you have been here before or had Yakiniku, that's one of our favorites. If you haven't ever been to Yakiniku before and didn't know what it was, now you do. So now when we talk about it on our videos, you will know what we're talking about.
So while I'm picking the meat out of my teeth, I'd like to tell you, please give it a thumbs up, share, subscribe, and hit that little bell so that you can be notified when we go on our next adventure with Jarhead and Ginger's Journey.